My name is Ike Chukwu Mbakwo, the CEO of Rescue Marriage and Relationship Initiative, the NGO that is formed to look into people's marital life and their relationship with the interest of always making it better.
So what is happening today?
Yes, today we are having a program that is for the single summit. And the theme of the program is Whole Body, Face Your Future. The essence of the program is for us to be able to talk to young people, especially those who are not yet married, and also for those who are newly married, with the interest of letting them know the reason why they are where they are and what to expect in where they will go to, which is marital relationship. That's why we are here.
You said whole body.
Face your future.
Okay, whole body. From a layman, I don't want to really know as if I know what you're talking about. What kind of body are we holding?
Yeah, there's a lot of distraction going on with people. A lot of distraction. And so those distractions, come from social media platform, come from interaction with the other parties, other people, opposite sex, and so on. And so our desire, as it is, our body is gearing towards relating with people negatively. That is the desire of the body. But if we follow that body the way it is asking us to act, we are going to undermine what our future will be saying to us. And so there is a need that future becomes our interest. And when the future is our interest, then we have to control the body so that the future will be realistic for all of us. But when you allow your body to distract you, you are not going to have the best of the future, because that distraction will not let you face the future. You are not facing the future because you allow the distraction of the body to pull you away from the attention that you need of the future. That's why the team. So for anybody who is ready to control the body, controlling the body will give you the opportunity to pay attention to the future. That's why the team.
At least the focus of what we're actually looking at today is the need for young people to avoid premarital sex. That is what
basically, premarital, both sex and distractions.
So I want to know, what are the likely consequences that come when people are unable to really hold themselves? Because I know there are consequences when they...
You see, the first thing is that when you are distracted, you leave what you are supposed to attend to and go towards your distraction. That's always the situation. And so when it is like that, and that distraction is allowed, it becomes so difficult. Because the moment you are supposed to concentrate on what should be concentrated on, and you are not paying attention to that, you are looking at what is driving you, the future becomes farther. If you look at it scripturally, you look at the movement of the people of Israel from Egypt to the promised land. They were distracted. And because they were distracted, they spent so many years in that distraction instead of doing the forward movement. And so for a human being, take for instance a child who goes to school, right from senior secondary school, and the person is not paying attention to studies. You find out that every distraction that comes the child's way, that the child is pursuing, takes the child away from studies. And the child will not end up the best of the grades. And even for those who are waiting for some months into marriages and they are answering every call that comes their way for outing, you focus on the outing, you go for the outing, while actually what you should have paid attention to, you will be losing. And so distractions that are there now are quite enormous. They are so much, and they pull you away from being yourself because you are paying attention to them. You are on social media, you have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and you want to pay attention to all of them. When will you even have time to recollect? When will you have time of your own to face God? What will life be for you because you want to relate to everybody around you on your own? Because there are people who are actually making money being on Facebook, but you are there, you want to satisfy every friend that comes your way, being stupid with them, you will not be able to have a future to follow. So distraction is what is facing people of this generation. And because of so much distraction, nobody pays attention anymore to the future. It is just the present and what it brings. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ike, when the issue of people holding their body is often brought up, you see people saying some things like body no be fire, body no be wood, and they will tell that they have blood that runs in their veins. So it appears as if it is something that's really quite difficult. And I want to ask you, when Father was preaching, Father made reference to Jesus, how Jesus was focused an entire life, that if Jesus had not been focused that he probably may have failed. So I want to ask, in this era, is it possible for somebody
to hold body
their body now?
Desire of it. And so the things that we probably entice men of my age do no longer entice me, because I don't hold body. They don't entice me. We are on Odojo Road, Satellite Farm in Lagos, and in between every space of 5 buildings there are brothels. I don't think I have any business going to them. They don't attract me anymore. But come out on these streets 9 p.m. every night, you will see that it gets busier, even busier than Oshodi Market. These are people who don't understand what it means to hold body, and they interact themselves with things that are happening around them. And at the end of it, because they have exposed themselves to so much, so little will entice them in what relates to God. And because of that, they are not holding their body, they are exposed to the future. It's already corrupted. But the best you can do is to re-identify yourself, determine who you should relate with and who you should not relate with, and in that determination be able to say to yourself, this is what I want. See, God has created us, has given us the opportunity to develop ourselves, but the most important interest is what happens when we live this life. And if you are not thinking about it, you want to live your life the way it comes your way because you think you have a liberty to do that, you are making a big mistake. Life is about spending it here and be able to spend the bigger chunk of life that is eternity with God. And so if you decide to be careless, there's no how you'll be able to look forward to a better life. There's no how you'll be able to look forward to a life that is more meaningful than the one we are in now. And so the only thing that can make sense to me are the things that, yes, a Christian can as well enjoy himself or herself here. But the enjoyment is not the same way that an unbeliever will liken it to. You will live a fulfilled life, a happy life here. And at the end of this life here, you'll be certain that eternity will behold you in happiness. Everybody has that simple desire. But how many persons know that if you don't hold body, if you don't tame the life, if you don't tame your body, if you don't be in charge of things that are happening around you now, you will not be in charge of things that will happen to you after now. Thank you. You have a strong belief that you don't want it, and you live into it that you don't want it. You have to live your life in that not wanting it, and it doesn't come your way. I had a crisis 2021, and through the period I was down for close to 12 weeks, I didn't know where I was. I had a brain surgery for recovery.